Oh, boy, attack. I know that I don't do what you want to do. Come up here.
Who is the person driving the car?
I see MC, they explain, give the police and say no, she's not going anywhere.
No,
who is he?
I said that she's going. Like this.
You're explaining to him. Who calls him?
You are trying, don't worry, sorry.
No, you are doing for your level. I know that's what you have to do for your level. Who calls him for she to explain where she want to go?
You are a good person, MC. You are good.
What be that?
You are a very good boy.
Sen Ned Nwoko posted this particular lengthy video that you just watched now, and you are still going to watch more on his Facebook page. And he wrote, "This video shows Sammy, Regina's brother, repeatedly coming to my home and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I was not around. His visits were often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his last 2 years at the University of Favour. I bought his musical instrument, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja. In addition to the house that I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage for the use of all of them, I also routinely provided allowances to all the members of the family, including her mother, Rita Daniel. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have a record of transferring over 125 million naira to her alone. When Regina started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctors to strictly restrict people, especially her enablers, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling changes in her behavior linked to her dependence on certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy, Destiny, some of her siblings, together with a few of their friends, notably Sonia, Uche, Montana, among others, constantly defied this instruction. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same drugs she was being treated for. Instead of helping her recover, they encouraged her addiction and completely frustrated the effort of the doctors and therapists working with her.
You attempt that thing again, to display what I go display for you. And I go feel that.
Hello, vamos a poner
Sammy, don't do now. You don't even know me today. Now what for you? You don't know what I see. And when you happen now, we there they fight this. We there they fight.
Fuck that. What kind of disrespect is that? That is an insult. You can see they look at it, they insult her. I mean, you don't know thing that is Daniel. You don't know she. They look for here, they will kill you.
Let's go.
Continuing with the write-up I screenshotted on Facebook, it is important to note that Lawrence and Sammy, his girlfriend NK, Destiny, Sonia and others also took the same drugs as Regina. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and supplied these drugs to her. They were deeply involved in that habit themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I am a vegetarian, so I found these characters and behaviors reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 4 weeks ago, I woke up around 5 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room and on the phone. She was clearly high, and she knows that I do not want her in my room in that condition. I asked her to go to her room, and she told me that Sammy's girlfriend was in her room. I was alarmed and angry because that girl should never have been in my house, let alone around Regina, since she is the one of the enablers who constantly bring her the substance she is addicted to. I told Regina that the girl had to leave, and one of my drivers dropped her off. 30 minutes later, Sammy came to my house shouting and demanding that I come downstairs to face him. He said I had no right to ask his girlfriend to leave my house. He was ranting and threatening, waking everyone, including my children. I eventually went downstairs and had to instruct the security to physically push him out of my compound. The level of audacity was shocking. Without the influence of drugs, could he have been so bold and disrespectful? They did not stop there. On several occasions, they verbally assaulted and intimidated the police officers stationed at my house for security. The officers were simply following instructions to restrict access for the sake of Regina's recovery, but Sammy and his group would insult and threaten them. Whenever Regina wanted to go out and I was not around, she would become extremely hostile towards the police and domestic staff. She would shout, threaten, and use abusive words, insisting that she must leave the house no matter what. There were at least 2 serious incidents where she left home in the evening and did not return until the next day. The first incident, she returned in the morning around 9 a.m. When I asked where she has been all night, she casually said that she was at a nightclub. When I questioned why she would stay out all night, ignoring my calls and refusing to answer messages, her response was, "You are not my father, so don't ask me where I was." I found out that she was with Cassie, and that Cassie was staying in Regina's house in Life Camp. Cassie is the chemist and the supplier of the group. I had to go to Life Camp at 6 p.m. to ask her to leave. With her around Regina, the therapy became a joke. On another occasion, on the kid's birthday, to be precise, I returned home with the kids because Regina said that she would stay with her Nollywood friends for dinner. She didn't return until 5 p.m. the next day. I took so much nonsense just for the sake of the kids. I also knew that drugs had a lot to do with it. As for her reasons for continuing with the drugs, she will always say, just like her mother, that it is a celebrity lifestyle. They will always mention 2 well-known pop stars. Imagine the pain of a husband trying to help his wife recover, only to have the process sabotaged by her siblings and friends, the very people who should have been supporting her healing. This pattern of behavior made it almost impossible for her to recover. Each time progress was made, they would undo it by smuggling in the same drugs she was fighting to give up. The entire household lived in fear and tension because of their constant harassment, interference, and disregard for boundaries. It will be interesting to know her reasons for this violent behavior in the house the day that Sammy and other siblings came and attacked my staff and security, taking Regina away from doing a video which they posted the next day. Why did they do that video? Why did they post it? They simply planned and orchestrated a script all in my absence, regardless of the fact that my kids were there. They took away many things from my house, including one of my phones, money, and many other items. Everything that happened that day was in my house. in my absence, nobody was beaten. And nobody could have contemplated that. It is blatantly false to say that I sent thugs to beat Regina in another house. The video that went viral was filmed entirely in front of my house by Regina's sister and her friend. It was a pure Nollywood scenario in front of my property and in my absence. Sammy should have a life of his own outside Regina and focus on building his career independently. When his brother Lawrence went to London a couple of years ago to do his master's degree, I personally sponsored him with $70,000 for tuition and upkeep. I sent him abroad partly to help him escape the toxic environment of drug exposure and bad influence around them at that time. Out of fairness, I offered Sammy the same opportunity, but he declined, insisting he wanted to remain in Nigeria to pursue his musical career. Unfortunately, he has since been arrested several times by both the police and EFCC. His behavior has become increasingly violent and unstable. What he needs now is total rehabilitation and professional guidance. Otherwise, his aggression and self-destructive tendencies will only worsen.
Guys, I tried. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind and it's not making any sense. I'm finally crying in front of everybody. But please, what am I even begging for? I don't know. Do you guys think it's easy? Every time I'm waking up, I'm seeing one thing. Oh, my brother online. Today I hear good news. Oh, he's about to be free. Tomorrow I hear another thing. Like, what's the problem? But I've tried. I'll go back.
Kuti Julius posted this particular picture on her Instagram page, and in the caption she said, "Epa, you can't come out and play victim. Everything bad that the Daniel siblings have become today. Epa, you are at fault at least 70%. Epa, when Sammy had issue with fighting one policeman, Epa, you knew Sammy was young and still learning, but instead of correcting him, you used your connection to squash the issue and even allegedly gave Sammy $2,000 for reward after his release. You gave these children power and also taught them to do anybody anyhow, and you will be there to oppress and bully anyone for them so long as you have your little Gina. Epa, why are you shouting that Sammy came to your house to harass your staff? Oh, so it was okay for them to do it to outsiders, and then you come in with your influence, power and money. Epa, all these ones you are saying now grammar. Epa, all these ones you are saying are grammar. Please, sir, with all due respect, the only difference here is that your Gina don't leave and she says she ain't coming back. You are only coming out to give us all these long episodes cause Yakut Young Bekus says she no go do them again. So you are using what you have against them to hook them by their throat. If to say Gina had not shown signs of I am done with this marriage, you are likely to have by now arrested those domestic staff and everyone for Gina and her brother. Is it not you again? You can't gaslight us. The bone of contention here is that Gina says you dey beat her. This is the second time you are writing episode and you haven't been able to deny the assault and battery that Gina cried about, which brought about this whole brouhaha. All you keep writing about is Gina's substance intake. So were you assaulting her because of her abusing substance? Is beating part of her rehab treatment? Must she stay married to you? Is it a do or die affair? This particular write-up and the videos that I saw on the Facebook page, there were no available comments because the comments were turned off. But I am going to conclude this particular video with the comment from the comment section of this particular post that Kuti Julius made while you are perusing through that visually. If this is the very first time ever you're coming across my channel and you were duly updated with this particular video, please, it is time for you to reciprocate by publicizing and promoting my channel by simply clicking on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell. Feel free to give this particular video a huge thumbs up. Just drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I will definitely see you all in another video shortly. Justice for Regina Daniels, justice for Sammy West. Person say they do again, let her be.